All right, Leo, welcome in, guys. Welcome back. Welcome in, welcome back. How y'all doing? I hope everybody's well. Leo Energy. Thank you guys for tuning in with me. If you have tuned in, there may be messages for you here. Leo Energy. To my subscribers, I do appreciate you guys' support. I thank you for your likes, your shares, your comments, right? Appreciate the feedback. If you're new here, welcome in. Welcome to the channel. Um, Feel free to subscribe. Love to have you, right? Um, I just hope everybody is doing well. And overall, guys, I don't only appreciate your support, I appreciate your patience, okay? Leo Energy, only take what resonates with you and leave the rest, okay? Do not try to make messages fit. If it doesn't make sense, just leave it. It's not for you at this time. It is general messages, okay? So only take what resonates, all right? We're going to start off with the Declare and Decree deck. Leo Energy, Declare and Decree. For those of you who are new, this is a spiritual, ritual type of deck. This is spiritual, okay? Everybody's not spiritual. Everybody's not religious. Pick your choice, all right? Take your pick. Whatever it is you do, it's your decision. But this is spiritual. This is an energy of burning and releasing that I do on my channel. And you would write down whatever's on the card, right? Because each card has a positive ritual. You would write that ritual down and you would set your intentions. And of course, in a safe place, you would set fire to it and you would burn it. It's an energy of burning and releasing. What are you releasing? You're releasing negative energies internally as well as externally, okay? You're releasing negative energies. That's what you're doing. So, Leo, let's see what possible blockages, because that's what negative energies do. Negative energies spiritually connect. They connect. Yes, negative energies connect, and then they turn around and they create blockages in your life. Okay, and so that's what we want to overcome. We want to pull that energy away from us, right? Which is negative. So we won't have any blockages. Okay. So Leo, let's see what we have here. All right. And we have all self-doubt and disbelief in my potential are now cleared from my energy in spirit and in flesh. All self-doubt and disbelief in my potential is now cleared from my energy in spirit and in flesh. You would write that down, set your intention, and you would burn it. Why? Because we want to release any self-doubt and disbelief. If you don't believe in yourself, who will? Okay, you can't expect no one to believe in you. You have to believe in you, right? And self-doubt, it doesn't do anything but create blockages, okay? The next card you have here, Leo, is all curses of Deuteronomy over myself and my lineage. This card hadn't came out in a while. All curses of Deuteronomy over myself and my lineage are destroyed in spirit and in flesh. So we're talking about curses. Curses are things that are spoken over people. Right? It's not just what you write down, it's what has been spoken. So in the book of Deuteronomy, okay, most people are familiar with the Bible, right? In the book of Deuteronomy, there are many curses, okay? And a lot of people don't know about this, okay? Because I was quite surprised some time ago when I found out about it. But there are many curses that have been written, handwritten, by the hands of man in the book of Deuteronomy, and those curses are specially directed towards melanated people. Okay? It's unfortunate, but it's real. You must do your research. Go read. Go find out, right? And the book of Deuteronomy holds all these different curses towards melanated people, which kept melanated people enslaved. And we're talking about your lineage. What is your lineage? It's your bloodline. Okay? Your ancestors, the generations that were before you, okay? And we still have spiritual entities and spiritual contracts, and then you have negative energies and negative entities and spirits and things that flows through generation after generation after generation. Energies of lack, energies of negative mindsets, energies of bad habits and addictions and negative low vibrational patterns, right? They're low vibrational behavior patterns, low vibrational conditioning. Okay, traditions and conditioning and traditions. Make sure I'm saying it right. Conditionings and traditions, right? When it comes to religion and things of that nature, all of these things conjured up together spiritually can ball up into a very big ball of negativity. And these things can follow you throughout your generation, throughout your lineage, throughout your bloodline. You don't know what's in your bloodline. You don't know what contracts have been signed. We're talking spiritual here. So these curses that have been placed in the book of Deuteronomy, written by the hands of man, directed toward melanated people, has caused melanated people to be enslaved and stay in that slavery. For the most part, back then, they stayed in that slavery for a period of time because they did not know any better. Okay? These were laws. These curses were certain curses written as laws towards melanated people. It's unfortunate, but it's real. And these are things that bound you. They bind you up, and they keep you hostage mentally, spiritually, emotionally, energetically, and physically. It keeps you bound to what? Slave mentality, not having enough, struggling, being in poverty, low vibrational addictions, drinking, sexual activities as well. It's all kind of low vibrational habits and repetition when it comes to behavior patterns, how we see ourselves, how we live our lives, how we think about ourselves. So a man thinketh, so is he, right? However you see yourself, you have what you say, you have what you see. If that's what you see, if that's as far as you can see, that's what you're going to get. Okay? So these curses were written purposely to stop black people from being overcomers and achieving back then. Okay? So this goes very deep. And that's why I like this deck. This deck was created by your very own Shabi Zane, the tarot investigator. Y'all go check her out. Shabi Zane. She has her own YouTube channel. Very creative, very sweet person. Very grounded, and very intellectually smart. You know, she's a person that investigates when it comes to spirituality, and she's really good at it. You know, she's been through a lot. She's come very far in her situation. I've followed her for quite some time now, and this is a deck that I ordered from Shabi Zane because at the time I was dealing with a lot of spiritual warfare. And yes, I know about spiritual warfare because I've experienced it. And by me experiencing it, and I was able to see what was going on around me, I had to find a way to fight back, right? And so I started tuning in with Miss Shabi Zane on her channel, and I started learning and understanding more about my own energy and what was going on in my environment internally and externally. And when I realized it, I ordered this deck, and I've been burning and releasing ever since. And I found it to be very helpful. So shout out to Miss Shabi Zane. Y'all go check her out. This is her deck. This is just one of many of her decks that she has created. So you guys go check her out because this is very helpful. And it's no shade to any other nationality or anything, but for some odd reason, here on this God-given earth, okay, yet still remaining grateful and positive and giving thanks to the Most High Mother and Father for this life, you know, yet for some reason there had been such direct, there's like a very direct intention to hurt melanated people. Okay, and this here is something that started way before our time, people. Okay, I know this is Leo reading, and this is going kind of deep when it comes to this connection, or when it comes to this deck here, when it comes to these rituals. But having an understanding can take you a long way. When you understand what you're dealing with, when you understand how to handle it, versus not knowing what's going on in your life not having a clue and not knowing what to do to save yourself, help yourself, you understand, that's a big deal. It really is. When you are under spiritual attack, knowing how to fight back is a big deal. This is like a person walking up to you in the physical, here in the tangible world. You're in the body and they're in the body. And they walk up and they're ready to fight you. And they're a stranger. And you ain't never seen this person before, but they're ready to fight you because they think you're someone that they used to know and you owe them a fight. Right? And if you don't know how to put your dukes up and fight back, you're going to stand there and get beat up. Right? I'm talking in the physical sense here. So, it's the same thing in the spirit. If you have negative spirits around you, internally, you're battling with spirits, your own demons, because we all had to do it. We all go through that. And externally, you're dealing with negative energies, devil energies, low vibrational energies, right? People trying to stop you and block you and things like that. When you are dealing with that and you have no idea what's going on in your life, that type of energy can turn your life upside down. It can turn your life upside down. 11:11 on the timer. And this is an age of new beginnings. This is also the age of Aquarius, where it's time to know the truth. And the truth will, it shall, and it have set you free. Okay? You set me free too, right? So just understand that when I use these, I'm using these for a reason. And it's because it's needed to understand what blockages spiritually that you need to release out of your life. And that's what this is about, okay? So even though this is Leo energy, for some reason, and I'm sure it's for a good reason, the Most High Mother and Father allowed this to be talked about and understood because someone needs to understand and know. That's why. Okay, nothing happens for no reason. So if you tune in and you feel like that there's messages for you here, this could have been a big part of the message. To understand that spirituality is real, spiritual warfare is real, and you need spiritual wisdom and knowledge and rituals in order to overcome negative spiritual rituals. You need a positive one. Okay? So whoever that is resonating with, whoever needs to understand or needed to know that, there you have it. It's being talked about and brought up for a reason. That's what I do know. Okay? Because my intention wasn't to start going deep, but at the same time, because I'm kind of focused on the message here, but at the same time, that is a part of the message as well. Apparently, somebody needs to understand what the curses of Deuteronomy is about. And these, if you are a melanated person, in fact, and again, it's no shade to any other nationality, but I've never known any other nationality to go through in slavery like that, other than melanated people. And it started way from the beginning of time. Way from the beginning of time. We're talking back in the 1400s is when slavery began. 1400 when they started signing off on this crap and making laws about, lynching people and things like that. This thing started way back in the 1400s before our parents or our great-grandparents was even born. So when you're talking about your lineage and your bloodline, you're talking about something that goes so deep, it'll blow your mind how deep this really goes and how it can actually affect you right now. Things that have happened back in the 1400s actually takes effect in today's lifetime, right now. And we're talking spiritual. And that spiritual entity, that spiritual curse, or those curses that have been meant to hurt melanated people, those same entities and stuff exist, and they flow in. 1414 on the timer. It flows in spiritually. It flows all through the energies up until whenever time, from the past all the way up to today. It has its effects, and a lot of times people are just not aware. They don't know. They don't know no better. They don't have a clue what's going on in their life. Not knowing this is something that came way from my bloodline. This is way from, my ancestors' time. This is back in their time, right? This is 4 or 5 generations, 7 generations before me, okay? So we're talking something real deep here, Leo energy. whoever needed to hear that, understand that, or whatever, okay? Let's see here, Leo, what we got for you guys. Okay. Leo energy. Alright. Leo energy. What do we have for Leo? Past, present, future energies, things that could be happening now, some things that could be coming up in the near future, or something that could have already happened. Okay, Leo energy. Something could be significant about you either dropping burdens or being burdened. Okay, and someone trying to stop you for some reason in life, because you could be achieving, or you could be with someone new, or you could be, living a whole nother life and start it over, and you still got people energetically who want to block and, cause chaos. Leo energy, male or female, only take what resonates, guys. Alright, let's see what we got for you, Leo. 1616 on the timer. 7-7, you could be seeing synchronicities of sevens. You have the Ace of Swords, the Queen. Okay, the Ace of Swords, the Queen of Swords. Now you have Temperance and the Nine of Pentacles. 3 of Wands, 7 of Wands, the Emperor, and the 6 of Pentacles. Okay. Leo, I feel like you're loving yourself. That's what I feel like. Leo energy. Be careful of manipulation. Be careful of someone possibly feeling envious towards you. Be careful of someone who they just don't want to lose. They want to win at all costs, even at the expense of your heart. Be careful, okay? Because this is manipulation at its finest. This is also envy. And someone wants you to feel left out, defeated, okay? But I don't think that's what's going on. I don't think that's how this is going to end. Let's see. Leo, in the past, you have definitely gained some kind of clarity or some truth, or seen some truth that caused you to take another path, another direction of life. It didn't take you long to make the decision, though, because the 2 of Wands is you standing at that fork in the road trying to decide. But the 3 of Wands says, I see myself going over here, and my ships are coming in elsewhere. Okay? This is planning. This is the energy of receiving, but it's also an energy of waiting. Okay? But you're waiting for something good, and you know it's going to be good. I feel like in the past you knew it was something good. You was patient and waiting for it. Okay? You patiently waited for it, and you waited to gain clarity about it before you made a move. But you did make that move in another direction. Okay? And whatever that direction is that you made a move in, Leo, and this could even be energetically, where you decided, made a decision. It could be energetically that you decided to take action, because, it has to become a thought first before you can actually act it out, right? So you definitely, the mindset changed right here. Something you saw very clearly, and when you saw it, it helped you to move forward. There was some kind of clarity you gained here. Or you decided to walk in your truth, step right into your truth, and there was a lot of conflict behind it. Like somebody didn't like you walking into your truth, somebody didn't like the fact that you decided to feel this way or think this way, or you gained some kind of clarity. Somebody was very offended by the fact that you was just in the knowing. And by you being in the knowing, it puts you in the Queen of Swords energy to cut out things and people that no longer serve you. Situations that no longer serve you, negative thoughts that no longer serve you, so you start creating boundaries. Yeah, but you knew you had to. You created those boundaries, and you blocked certain things and people, situations out of your life, you see. And this could have been something that burdened you for a while, because even though you may have planned and made a decision, it was as if You were still battling from within. You had conflict from within because maybe you didn't know how people were going to see you or how people were going to feel about the decision that you made. But at some point, you just decided, I'm not going to let this burden me. I'm going to drop this burden because it doesn't matter what people think. It doesn't matter what you think of me. This is my life. And what I choose to do with my life is my decision. And I feel like somebody came to that conclusion here with the Queen of Swords. Okay? Right, because you stepped up and you took your power back. Okay? There was discipline here, structure here, but you stood up for yourself. You created the boundaries that was necessary regardless of who was offended by it. You did what you had to do for you. It was about you. You decided to be about you. You decided to love yourself, nurture yourself, make good decisions that's going to make you feel happy and stable. Okay? And whoever you may have dropped or cut off, you may have had to forgive yourself for making such a drastic change. But the change was inevitable. It's your truth. Okay? And it puts you in a place of the Nine of Pentacles. Okay? Being very stable and grounded. Alright? But that's something you had to create on your own too. It's not something somebody gave you. 2121 on the clock. 2121 on the clock. That's 3-3, right? 3 and 3 is 6, right? That's 6 of Pentacles, huh? You ain't gonna breadcrumb yourself. You're gonna love yourself, give to yourself, nurture yourself. That's what you were doing here, along with the 9 of Pentacles. You could have been given to others as well, looking out for other people, nurturing other people, helping other people financially. You were able to do that. And that was your decision. And you were okay with that. You're Leo. You could do that. You're Leo. You could do that. Right? Achieving. Moving forward. Receiving. I feel like it's like receiving credit that's due to you. Okay? But at the same time, even though you've been that great achiever, and you may still have a lot of people with their eyes on you too, you still had attention seekers as well that was in your energy. Somebody that just loves your attention, you know? But even though they love your attention, is also somebody you probably couldn't trust either. Okay? And you knew you couldn't trust them. It's somebody you cut off because you knew you couldn't trust them. And it was a long time coming. Yeah, you had to be patient and wait for the process and understand what was going on and make decisions and things like that. But when you made the decision and you were sure of yourself, you just made sure you acted on it. You took action. Queen of Swords. And the action you took, it was an action that was calculated, that caused a lot of stability. It caused you to be solid with the things that you were thinking, solid with the moves that you were making. It caused you to be very solid in your energy, very grounded in your energy. Okay? But it took you a long time to get there. 2, it took you a long time. And I also feel like, Leo, you've learned a lot of valuable lessons from past relationships, situationships, whatever that was for you, you learned. But it was a long time coming. It took you a long time to get there. It took you a while to learn lessons too. But at this point, with the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles, you're stable, you're solid. You know what you want, you're going after it. You know what to do, you're doing it. You're putting forth the effort. You're putting forth the action. Queen of Swords energy. Cutting out any and everything that doesn't serve you. Being very direct with your communication. Meaning what you say and saying what you mean. And putting action to that. Creating boundaries for whoever needed it. Whatever was necessary, you did the necessary actions. You took the necessary actions. You made the necessary efforts. You did this. So the 6 of Wands and the 3 of Wands, that's 9 of Wands, right? That's you being that spiritual warrior. You done been through a lot of different obstacles and changes and challenges, right? Yeah, you done been through a lot too here. Dealing with folks that just want attention, dealing with folks that want to pull on your energy, dealing with folks who want to pull you down, you know, maybe even try to use you, get over on you, take from you, want all your attention, but want to possibly even try to, you know, play games with you, but want to keep your attention on them, taking the attention from you. You're the spiritual warrior, Leo, and that's your truth. That you have learned lessons. You've learned many lessons. And you're protecting your energy at this time as well. You're definitely seeing things from a different perspective. You're seeing things from a different perspective. You're also receiving enlightenment from on high. And you are in alignment. And you will be, you shall be, and will always be celebrated. Okay? Nine of Pentacles, Three of Cups, celebration. Okay? Some of you have worked very hard to get to where you are. A lot of struggles, a lot of challenges, starting with the mindset. And it's because of the people that you were dealing with, or the past love relationships as well, to where you would always get these lovers that were attracted to you, Leo, that pull on you. They look for you to do everything. They pull on your energy. You got to be the mama. You got to be the lawyer. You got to be the caregiver. You know, you got to be the maid. You know, you got to be the one to sort everything out, put everything in order, put things in perspective. You know, you sort out all the bills. You take care of the home front. You know, the people you have attracted in, they have left you with a lot of burdens. It was always somebody that burdened you with how you had to put in all the work, all the effort. Okay? And you're exhausted and tired on that level, very exhausted and tired. So it's like there was a time when you say, well, what is it that I really want? What do I want so that I don't attract what I do not want anymore? Right? What is it that I want? And why is that? Because knowing is half the battle. Ace of Swords with Three of Wands, you know where you want to go. You visualized it already. Some of y'all could have been having dreams about what it is you really want or where you want to go. Okay? Or how you want life to be for you. Because life is truly what you make it. It really is. It's kind of unfortunate to some extent because some people don't have the mindset to understand that. Life is what you make out of it. And life is supposed to be about obstacles and challenges. How else are you going to grow if you never go through anything? Right? So you are indeed, Leo. Six of Wands, Three of Wands. You are indeed the spiritual warrior. Indeed. And you've learned the lessons. That's why you're putting up these blockages. That's why you've learned to stand your ground. You've learned to ground yourself so that you will be unmovable. And people couldn't take advantage of you easily by playing on your emotions. Okay? Playing on your mental. Someone definitely put you in the Queen of Swords energy. But it's okay because it was supposed to happen that way in order for you to understand the process of what you were going through. In order for you to understand how you've overcome. And by you being that person that overcame, this is where you gain the wisdom. This is where you gain the strength. Through the challenges, Nine of Wands. Through the lessons that's been learned, Nine of Wands. Now you know that you should protect your energy. 29-29 on the timer. 11-11 again. New beginnings. I love it. I love it. Commitment to self. Some of you were actually married to a certain person that was causing you to be in this warrior energy of exhausted, wanting to give up, tired, you know. You go to bed tired, you wake up tired. It's always something to do. You're giving your all, don't seem to be enough. You're doing all you can, seem like it's never enough. Okay? Married to someone who they're damn near acting like one of the kids. You got to take care of all the children and them too. They acting just as childish, not wanting to carry their own weight, not wanting to provide equal give and take, not wanting to actually build with you, but they want to sit back and watch you do all the work. And I feel like there's a lot of wisdom and knowledge that you have gained as well, because this is higher learning, but this is also religious factors. So someone is definitely in a traditional marriage, or you were, and you probably did go through a divorce in the past, and this also is something that caused you to go in another direction, because you wanted to be through with that energy. If you went through a divorce with a certain person that held you down, and I don't mean held you down as in had your back, I mean held you down as in burdened you. You were the one who had to figure out everything and make things better, make things work. Okay, and that has to do with those curses of Deuteronomy 2, to where people are getting with the wrong people. You're attracting the wrong people, to where you end up with someone you're unequally yoked to, somebody who don't believe in commitment, don't believe in equal give and take. Okay, where there is self-doubt that sets in, and self-doubt and disbelief. Okay, but you have definitely changed your perspective. There will be no more delays. You are in fact balanced, and I feel like you're very grounded, and you've surrendered to this energy of being stable, grounded, disciplined, structured, loving, giving, nurturing. And then what happens, Leo, what makes it so beautiful is that in return, once you get into that energy, the universe mirrors you and give it all back. Gift. You have the Ace of Wands, brand new ideas. Be careful of somebody trying to come through and, with that sexual energy, but I feel like you're going to see it and you're going to know and you're going to protect yourself from it. But I feel like you're having great ideas as well coming through. Ace of Wands, you're just making sure you stand up for yourself. And you're not wasting no time with no one. You speak your mind, you say what needs to be said, and you act on it. Queen of Wands energy. That's Leo energy. Go get her. Go get her. Go get her. Queen of Wands don't play. Alright? That's fire. That's you taking action. Setting things in order. Setting the record straight. This is what it is, and this is what it ain't gonna be. Alright? Queen of Wands don't play. Very, 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 very fiery. Alright? Very passionate too. But someone who gets the job done. Okay? She gets it done. She has, this multi-talented energy. She don't waste no time. 33 on the timer. 6 reduces to a 12. 12 reduces to another 3. You are in alignment. Okay? Now, you could be dealing with someone new as well. Okay? Page of Pentacles. You could be learning something new, a new skill, a new... some of you could have a new career path as well. You could be doing something new, learning a new skill or something, or you probably went back to school and got certified for something, or you gained a new license or something like that. You're making it happen, Leo. You're not allowing this negative energy to stop you, and I love it. Whoever wants you to feel defeated, what they don't understand is they don't understand how karma works. So whoever wants you to feel this way, this is how they're going to eventually end up feeling anyway. They want it for you, and it's gonna backfire, and it's gonna stick to them. It's not gonna stick to you. You see, balance. You gain balance. Tower. Spiritual intervention. Yeah, somebody got a divorce here, and it had to happen. The foundation had to come down completely. It had to be completely torn down. Yeah, so you can take a leap of faith in a whole nother direction. 3 of Wands. Aries energy. The Fool card. This is stepping into the unknown, and you're okay with that. Why? Because you're balanced. You believe in yourself. You don't have no self-doubt. You believe in yourself. And you believe that the universe, your spiritual team, the Most High Mother and Father is going to catch you when you do take that leap, if you haven't already. And you could be taking a leap of faith with another person as well. But you're in this energy of, you're very content where you are and what you're into, or your energy. You're very content, but you are in rejection to anything that doesn't resonate with you. Okay? Yeah, King of Wands energy. So you definitely probably was dealing with another fire sign. That's possible. Or you could have been dealing with an earth sign. Okay? Or a water sign. Take it how it resonates. But this is continuing to move forward, taking action. But I feel like some of you, you could have been married to this King of Wands at one point. Okay? This person who only responds to the tangible, right? I look good so I can have who I want. I look good so I can do what I want, right? All about the looks. It's all about them and what they look like, you know. Making sure they got on some new shoes. Making sure they got a new outfit. Yeah. Okay. Page of Wands, exciting news. You're very excited about where you're going. That's how I feel, Leo. You're very excited about where you're going. And it's probably shocking to a certain person, the fact that they can no longer have the same strongholds on you anymore. This is something that's going to be very shocking to someone. They don't have any strongholds. They don't have the pull they thought they had with you. Okay? And it could have been where you felt like this person was a match to you. And again, you may have went through a divorce. And the tower says, let it fall. Let the foundation fall, because it's not built on anything solid. It's not built on anything real, trustworthy, or anything like that. So just allow it to fall. I feel like that's exactly what you did, or that's what you will be doing. Allowing the tower to happen. You can't stop a tower anyway. You could try if you want to. It's just going to make things worse. You don't want to play around with the tower. When Spirit comes in to intervene, Spirit is intervening because there's been an energy of something that someone doesn't want to end. They don't want to stop doing what they're doing, or they don't want to make things right. So a tower comes in because why? Because Spirit is intervening. Oh, you don't want to put that person down? We're going to make it where you have to put them down. Oh, you don't want to stop doing that bad habit, or you don't want to stop going to this place and entertaining these people or this particular person, or you having a I can't help it, or I can't stop it, or I can't. Okay, well, we're going to cause a situation to where you're not going to have any other choice. Tower. That's what Spirit will do. And at first it may seem harsh and horrible how things are, but in the end, if you allow yourself to see, Hangman, if you allow yourself to see, it'll help you change your perspective to understand. 3838 on the timer, 1111 again. It'll allow you to understand that that tower was supposed to happen. It was needed. Okay? Empress energy along with the Emperor. Again, Leo, you are balanced. This is balance. Okay? You are balanced in your energy. Totally balanced. Nurturing. And there's something being created here. Whether it's new grounds to start a new family, whether it's new grounds to start a new business, whatever it is, some of you could be with child. There may be news of a pregnancy, news of a new business starting, news of somebody could be opening a restaurant, somebody could be creating a new fashion line. There's news here about something new and creative. Some new idea that's coming through for you. It's going to be very exciting, and you're going to be very happy about it. But you earned this. The Queen, the Empress embodies all four queens. That's why we were talking about you learning your lessons earlier. You've learned your lessons. Here's proof. Once you are in Empress mode, that's because you've earned this. You don't get to be the Empress just to sit and look pretty just because you look good. No, the Empress has been through all four of the Queen's energy. She's been the Queen of Swords. She's been the Queen of Wands. She's been the Queen of Pentacles. She's been the Queen of Cups. She knows how to alchemize the energies when it's time. She knows how to transmute the energies into anything from negative to positive. She can transmute any negative energies of self-doubt, self-disbelief. She can transmute any negative energies of not having enough confidence, anything that has to do with poverty. She can transmute all those energies into what? Prosperity, balance, right? That's an Empress. And she knows when to cut you off. She knows when to deal with you, how to deal with you. She knows when to be quiet. She knows when to observe. And she's very detailed. You cannot get over on an Empress. You can lie if you want to. That's your problem. That's on you. But if you deal with an Empress, she's in an energy of creating, developing, learning, establishing, growing, prospering. This is an energy, I just want to say the Ace of Pentacles, because it's an energy of opportunities, growth, right? New birth. That's this energy. Newness, refreshing. 4141 on the timer. That's 5-5. 10 is very significant here. You could be seeing 10-10. You could be seeing 5-5-5 or 55-55. Yes, changes is coming. Yes, changes are here. Change is inevitable. But it's also needed. And those changes are very significant, and they bring positive out of the negative. It feels like it's negative, it may look like it's negative, but there's positive that comes out of that. Because of why? Because of spiritual wisdom and knowledge and growth and development. Spiritual wisdom, higher learning new things. Yeah, that comes out of the obstacles and the challenges. Yeah, so you'll have plenty of options is how I feel. Yeah, you're gonna have plenty of options here, Leo. Okay? And I don't feel like anyone can come in and create any illusions or anything like that. But, because if they did try to do that, you're going to see right through it anyway. Right? You'll nip that in the bud right from the start. Because you do have the 5 of Swords at the bottom of the deck, along with the 8 of Wands. So something could be happening quickly. You have the Hermit here. And I feel like you've done the soul searching. You've seen the truth. In hermit mode, you've received the spiritual wisdom and downloads. You've received spiritual knowledge. Soul searching, you've done that. 43 on the timer. Okay? So something is definitely happening quickly with the Ace of Wands, but the Ace of Wands is here. But something quickly is happening, and it could be you developing a new skill, or it could be you receiving as well. Something quickly is happening with the Ace of Wands and the Page of Wands. There could be good news coming in to you about some sort of opportunity or anything. If you're trying to start anything new, business-wise or career-wise, there could be definitely fast communication coming in about that. And again, now, we do have the 5 of Swords and we do have the 7 of Cups. Now, with the 5 of Swords, we know about manipulation and someone just wanting to get over, right? And intimidate someone that could be low-key envious of you or jealous, okay? There's someone who is a loser. They're a loser, okay? Because they're in this energy. 5 of Swords energy, that's no good, right? And then the 7 of Cups can be illusions, right? But it can also be a test of your faith, too. Because the devil is at the bottom, and the next card is the devil, right? So it could be a test of your faith coming up, Leo. Pay attention to the detail. Hermit energy, Virgo energy. Pay attention to the detail, because this is something you'll overcome as well. It's not that you'll never have these issues again. Even as you grow, higher levels, more devils. The more you learn, the more spiritually in tune you are, and the more you elevate in the spirit, yes, you're going to have entities that try to stop you. True. But it's not something you can't overcome. Okay? It's definitely not something you cannot overcome. Because you've already overcame. So you'll continue to do so. New levels, new devils. That's true. Absolutely. The more you elevate and the more you rank higher and higher and higher in the spirit, oh yeah, you're going to have entities coming after you. I mean, they can't do anything to you. As long as you protect your energy and you have a high level spiritual practice to where you keep yourself on this level here, right? And knowing who you are, as long as you're practicing your spiritual, I wanted to say spiritual gifts. Some of you have spiritual gifts. So as long as you're practicing spirituality and protecting your energy, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Keep that in mind, Leo. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. And people are definitely watching. You are the center of attention. You have a lot of people's attention. All eyes on you, whether you know it or not. There's a level of healing that has definitely taken place here with the Four of Swords, and then you have Temperance here. So there's a level of healing that has definitely taken place. But, you know, healing has to happen. Healing is inevitable. Once you start leveling up with all the queens, male or female, once you start leveling up and you're learning how to alchemize energy, healing is inevitable. It's going to happen along with your level up. Okay? But you have definitely taken the time to reflect. And you understand where you've been, you know where you want to go, and things are going to be great for you, including relationships, okay? You may have a little mental setback, and then you got people who are in mental conflict too, because they may be shocked about the moves that you make, okay? Yeah, so this is the Eight of Pentacles, I believe, where you're focusing. Positive movement forward. I think this is the Eight of Pentacles where you're focusing. Yeah. You're focusing. You're focusing and you're mastering. Mastering yourself, your emotions, your thoughts, your life, your career, your projects, your master. Mastering. Yeah. Eight of Pentacles. Focused on bettering yourself here. Focused on business, okay? And people yet will try to create challenges and obstacles. Five of Wands. But even though they can try to create it, again, whatever weapon form, it will not prosper. Okay? See? Victory and success. Six of Wands twice. Six of Wands twice, okay? Victory and success. So don't be surprised, Leo, if you have energy seekers and energy vampires around you, okay? You're in your power. You're definitely standing in your power. This is more Leo energy, okay? Continue to stand in your power. You are the star. And yeah, all eyes on you. You are the star. People are paying attention to you, whether you know it or not. Family, your children, if you have children, older children or whatever, people are paying attention to you. In the workplace, if you started your own business, whatever you got going, you are the star. You are the star. You are the center of attention. People are watching your move. They're watching how you're doing things, how you're moving, the decisions that you're making. And you probably even got people who are actually learning from you as well. Empress shows up twice. You own it, baby. You all on this. You all on it. Taurus, Libra energy. You're all on it. You are in alignment. Leo, you're in alignment here. Whoever this is resonating with, you are in alignment. 49 on the timer. You are in alignment. Empress coming out twice. Okay? And some of you do have new love already, or you may even have new love that's coming in. Okay? Someone you can share all this greatness with. If you want to, it's free will, right? Let's see here, Leo. Perseverance. Keep pushing through. Keep pushing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Keep pushing, Leo. Keep pushing through. I know it's a little timely here. It's man, far gone on the time of the video, but hey, I'm trying to give out information here. I'm giving the messages. Okay? If it took too long for you, I do apologize, but if you're still here, I do appreciate you. Spark of life. Spark of life and perseverance, Leo. Okay? Spark of life and perseverance. You have the power within yourself to conquer any challenge. Where is that card? Where is it? Where is it? Here we go. Okay? You have the power within yourself, Leo, to conquer any challenge and come out stronger on the other side, trusting your resilience and your ability to persevere. All right? Spark of life. Don't sink into hopelessness and despair, for in your lives, a spark of life that is undefeated and unbeatable, right? You can overcome everything your destiny depends upon. All right? So it's up to you. It's what you make it. Again, life is what you make it. So what do, Leo? We make it beautiful. That's what we do. Leo, I hope that the messages were helpful, and I hope that it brought clarity for you. Okay? Keep healing. Healing never stops. Okay? Healing does not stop. There's levels to healing, just like there's levels to spiritual elevation. Okay? Healing never stops. So keep healing, Leo. And I hope overall the messages were helpful for you. Until next time, Leo, take care.